What's good? All right, so I'm reviewing Torsten, his YouTube channel. It's basically titled "Allow Uber Drivers to Access Photos and Media on Your Device." He's against it. Usually Torsten is going off, when it comes down to Uber and Lyft, but he's not really thinking when it comes down to this particular subject right here. As well as some other subjects. But just to go off of this one, Uber is asking to access the photos and the media. So why do I have a problem with what Torsten is saying? Because if you do not allow them access to it, first and foremost, the photos, that is for delivery drivers. But they send the same message to all drivers. It's for the delivery driver. You got to take a picture of the food at the drop-off. So it's not an issue with them accessing your photos because you have to do that. Otherwise, people can say, oh, I didn't receive my food. Now, when it comes down to media, that's dash cams. You can have a dash cam in your car, but it doesn't matter if you don't register it with Lyft and Uber. Why do you need to register it? Because they have to verify to the passenger that they will be recorded on the trip. They have to do that. When they verify that information with the passenger and the passenger tries to have a false allegation against you saying that you try to sexually harass them, they can look at the video footage then. But because you don't register your dash cam, guess what? Now they're not going to look at your video footage. They're not going to be able to use that. I went through that scenario with Lyft before, and I thought that I did have my dash cam registered. Actually, that was the second time. The first time, I didn't have it registered and they wouldn't view the video footage. So I got pissed off for listening to YouTubers saying, don't register your dash cam, don't register your dash cam. They can hack your phone, blah, 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 all of this negative stuff. And at the same time, I ended up getting me screwed. It got me screwed for no reason at all. So a lot of drivers, when they go and they go to, they get an issue and they get deactivated, they're going to find out, man, why did I listen to these people? I didn't know this and that. So now you end up being screwed. So you need to go ahead and make sure you register your dash cam. If you're not doing anything wrong inside of your vehicle, why would you be worried about it? The only people that are worried about it are the ones that are trying to convert trips. But at the same time, if you try to convert that trip and the person reported you, you don't have a dash cam footage. Well, you're not going to submit the dash cam footage because you know that you just got caught. All right. But if you didn't do that and the passenger says that you have your camera registered, now you can send them video footage and say that never happened. The recording started from the moment they opened up the door to the moment that they got out of the car. And I never tried to do a cash ride. I never sexually harassed that person. I was not intoxicated. Dash cam that I have, which is Cobra. The thing about this dash cam is that it also monitors your speed. It monitors, your GPS and all of that stuff. So if I get somebody saying that I was speeding and Lyft, obviously they're not looking at the records, which shows what my speed was. I have all that data. I have all that data for them to actually view that data and then reactivate my account. So again, if you're a legit driver, you're not out here bull crapping, playing games and breaking their policy, then you get to prove it. But again, if you don't have it registered, you are going to end up being screwed at the end of the day. They don't care whether you remain on the platform or not, especially when you're at 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 rides. You already didn't realize cherry picking is the only way you're going to make money. And since you are a cherry picker, they rather bring in somebody new and have that person doing rides with the idea that, oh man, people must be tipping pretty good since I'm doing rides for $3 or $4. So you have to make a conscious decision whether you want to listen to people and not know the terms of service and not know what agreement you already clicked off on, or you go ahead and you do things the way that you want to do it, the way that you see fit is the best way to do it. And be careful, some of these drivers that are posting videos, they don't even drive anymore. They've been deactivated, or they already found some other source of income, but their channel is based off of Lyft and Uber information. And so they have to seem like they're still driving and everything. And when they share information, it's usually emails and other information from other drivers or a friend of theirs who has retained that information, and now they're still making YouTube videos on it. I'm not pointing out Tristan. I don't know Torsten. Sorry. I'm not, and I do apologize. Hopefully he made it to this part of the video. I think I said it, Tristan, a couple of times. It's Torsten. But again, please make your own conscious decisions about these apps. I've had my cam registered with Lyft ever since I had my dash cam. And the whole reason why I got a dash cam is because I got robbed and carjacked before. And Uber, when I was driving for them, they did not help me out at all. They didn't help me out at all. First off, the passenger that was in my vehicle was a guest passenger, where the account holder did not request that ride for them. And I didn't want to do the trip in the first place. But at the drop off, that's when it all went down. So all in all, as I said, and I can't implement this enough, register your dash cam. As far as the media and pictures and everything, that is because of food delivery. You can turn it on, you can turn it off. If you get deactivated or something happens because of ride share, you will still be able to access the platform for the food delivery. It depends on why you were deactivated from the ride share itself. So again, make sure that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing with these companies, because they will deactivate you for whatever reason. There is something with demand. So let's just put it like this. They know that they need X amount of drivers throughout that day. If they deactivate 5, 10 people, or however many people in that market, then they're not going to have enough drivers to fulfill the ride request. So the algorithm is automatically going to try to balance things out by overcharging passengers, because they're always talking about demand is high. Demand is high. With these apps, I don't understand why, if you don't have a driver that is near the passenger and the passenger is 8 miles away from the closest driver, why is that passenger not seeing limited availability? They should be seeing limited availability because drivers don't want to exceed 3 miles to pick up passengers. So again, nobody wants to drive an additional 5 miles more than what they want to drive. Now, if passengers stop taking advantage of drivers, meaning stop getting a free pickup and not contributing to the driver's costs. It's 2025 right now. We have put out so many videos telling passengers that we don't get paid for picking y'all up. We're not getting paid by the hour. So we're not going to give that excuse, allow people to have that excuse. Oh, I didn't know that they didn't pay y'all for pickup. I didn't know that y'all didn't get paid for by the hour. How is the price cheaper than city taxi if this stuff was not happening? If this stuff was happening, we were getting paid for pickup or paid by the hour, how can your price be $4.99 and it took your driver 15 minutes to get to you? That makes absolutely no sense. You got to have questions. You can't be just sitting there like, oh man, I'm getting a ride for $5 or whatever. How is the driver making any money driving 15 minutes to get here? What, you thought that the driver is getting $5 for that 15-minute pickup and they still have to drive you? Granted, that would come out to about $20 an hour if you were paying $4.99. But come on, man, when do you decipher the difference between what the driver is making from the ride and what Uber or Lyft is actually taking from the ride? If you paid $4.99 or whatever for that ride, do you really think that the driver is getting all of it? It's common sense. But anyway, I don't want to focus on that. I just want to focus on that the purpose of them accessing your photos is for the food delivery portion. Also, if you get into an accident, they already have, they can request for video, photos and everything. So they already have access to that. But you notice that when you are talking to them through the app, they're trying to get you to send the photos. So this, all in all, the only thing that makes sense to me is that you're giving them permission. So when you need to send them the photos, that they can accept those photos. And I say that because if you already took the pictures, don't that mean that they can just look through your phone and see the pictures themselves? I mean, come on. Why would you need to send them the pictures? So I don't really think that they're really going through your stuff. It's just so that you can submit that information to them. So if y'all don't know how this stuff works, stop making videos pretending like they're trying to do this and they're trying to do that. Shut your mouth. Because the only thing that you're doing is you're going to end up getting somebody in more trouble. Because you are spilling the wrong information to people. You can't sit there and do that. And the reason why I'm compassionate about this is because when I started doing DoorDash, which was the first app that I started doing, I was listening to a DoorDash Santiago. And he was saying, no tip, no trip. Now, I started saying, yeah, that's right. I'm not taking no stuff for no $2.50 because that means that the passenger's not paying me anything. Because I'm just getting money from an app. And I can't live off of $2.50 and it took me 12 minutes to finish doing that order. So what's the point? You know, and I ended up getting deactivated, but it wasn't because of my acceptance rate. It was because of my cancellation rate. I started contacting people and saying, hey, just to inform you, I must have made a mistake and accepted the order because they're showing that you're not going to pay me anything for the delivery. People would message me back. What are you talking about? I paid for the food. Yeah, but they only paid $2.50 to, which includes me going to the restaurant, waiting for the food, picking it up and dropping it off. That's not enough. The tip actually balances out what I would be paid for the full entire time that it takes. And some people would actually say, oh man, I didn't know that's how it worked. And they would give me cash tips, but there was a significant amount of people who didn't. So my completion rate ended up going way up and I got deactivated. So again, for you as a driver, you can't go around listening to everything people say because they are not going to be benefiting you by giving you false information that won't allow you to do your job. And if you need to defend yourself, you won't have that information. A dash cam may be the only thing to save you and keep you from getting robbed. It may be the only thing to save you from getting carjacked or getting injured. Sometimes, a lot of times, people do not pay attention to the dash cam. I used to, because my dash cam, the screensaver would stay on until a minute, so 60 seconds. So when I was 1 minute away from the passengers, I started hitting the record button so that the screen would go black. You can still see the little red light blinking, but I figured people wouldn't pay attention to that. And if people did, I could just put a little black piece of tape over it. But I didn't want people to know that they were being recorded because then they would not do what they were intending to do, or more than anything, they'll snatch my dash cam when I end up, after they get done trying to rob me or carjack me, or if they attack me. They can just snatch the dash cam and take it. I do need to be near my dash cam to access the footage. I have to buy storage or whatever so that whatever is captured, it'll be on my phone or on the web or whatnot. So I'll look into doing that. But as of right now, yeah, somebody can snatch my dash cam off and do whatever they want, or do whatever they want and then snatch it. Either way it go, I'll end up getting screwed because I don't have anything to protect myself, so that I can get justice for whatever happened. So again, if you want to listen to what people have to say, you can. I'll read a few comments. First comment, I said no to them, and they messed up my app. I had to shut off my phone and restart again. Dude, that has nothing to do. It has nothing to do at all with why your app was messed up. You had to shut off your phone, but when you turned back on your phone, I guarantee you your phone started updating. That's why you couldn't get into the app, because your phone wasn't updated. Do people even realize that? You have to go to your Play Store, and in your Play Store, if it says update, you need to update your app. You'll notice that when you're on Lyft, that you're not getting any ride requests. It's because your app is not updated. And people need to stop thinking, oh, that's because they're adding new spyware and this and that. Man, that is what people are just tripping off of theories and everything. Like, come on, don't be a conspiracy theorist. That doesn't make any sense at all. The updates are because there are new viruses everywhere. Why do you think that when DoorDash had that little issue where people was ordering a bunch of stuff and they didn't pay for it, they had that issue? You have people attacking companies and they update their systems often. IT, man, it costs a lot of money having a company send somebody out there. If you had an individual coming out and doing stuff or whatever, it won't cost you as much. But when you call a company to send somebody out to update your system and all, it costs a lot of money. So yes, you do have to go and you have to update your app. If you're not updating your app, then they may not send you any ride requests. You may not see an update on the heat maps and everything. Other features that are available in the apps and everything, you won't be able to access it. It's just problems over problems over problems when you do not update your stuff. It's the same thing with passengers. Passengers that don't update their system and they're wondering, hey man, they said that you were going to be 10 minutes away and everything. I didn't know you was going to be here in 1 minute. Sir, when was the last time you updated your app? I don't know. I ain't never did it. Well, that's probably why you're not getting real-time updates on where the driver is. Oh man, I ain't even know. Thanks for telling me. Come on, bro. Like, that's weird ignorance. That's just like if you download a game on your phone. You download a game on your phone, you have to update it. A lot of times when you try to go on that game, what does it do? It won't let you on the game until you update it. Or some money that you might have invested in that game or other things, whatever, it'll cause issues. So you have to really start, when you listen to these videos, take it as a grain of salt. And use your ethics, use your morals, use your logic when you're listening to the videos. Understand that sometimes people are making a point, sometimes they're not making a point, and at the end of the day, you can end up losing out on money, being in a situation where you regret not doing certain things, and now you're screwed. That's just like you signing up for a McDonald's account, and they want to know if you want to allow your location all the time, just this time or whatever. So you can choose just this time, but one day you're going to overlook that information and you're going to choose not to do it or whatever. And when you place the order, they're going to send the order across town. They're going to send your order across town. Now you have to spend 10, 20 minutes on the phone trying to tell them, hey, I'm sorry, but the order got sent to the wrong place. Maybe they will discount you. Maybe they will, maybe they'll give you your money back or whatever, but it's really up to you to place it at the right restaurant. If you don't know where you're at, you need to go on Google Maps and see how far that restaurant is away from you. If you know that a McDonald's is closer, then you're about to send it to the wrong place. It's just based off of common sense and knowing how to use technology is what it comes down to. If you don't know how to use technology, you can get left behind. You can end up getting screwed. So make sure that you are making good decisions and choices when you are dealing with these apps. But I really do hope that people have gotten at least the 10 to 12 minutes in this video, because you guys needed to hear that information and understand you're going to screw yourself by not allowing them to have access. Stop theorizing and being a conspiracy theorist because you are thinking that they're out to get you. They're out to screw you and everything like that. Like I said, if you are doing private rides and you're doing conversions and all of that stuff and whatnot, then maybe you don't need to give them access to your footage. But the only time that they're going to really request it, or if they can take a look at the footage remotely, which I just don't think that they can, it would be when a customer complains and says that you tried to convert them, or that you tried to get them to tip you money and everything. They may go ahead and they may look at it then, but I honestly think that they don't. They're not going to do it. The only time that they're going to probably look at your dash cam footage if it's a lawsuit. And they still are probably going to ask you to send the footage anyway, but also they don't know when you're going to be near your dash cam, when your dash cam is turned on. So with my dash cam, I'll show you right here. So my dash cam is not on, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and allow, and let's see if I can look at my my dash cam footage. Dash cam not connected. If my dash cam is off, because I'm in my car right now, I'm right next to my dash cam. Unless my dash cam is plugged up and I have the Wi-Fi on, it is not going to appear in this app. Who do you think would have better access to my dash cam? This dash cam service that I go through, which is Drive Smarter, but the camera is Cobra or Cobrat or whatever you call it. But they would be able to access my camera a lot easier and better than Uber or Lyft. So why would I be worried about whether they're going to look at my dash cam footage? They don't know when I'm going to be near it, or when it's going to be on, or when the Wi-Fi is going to be on. They would have to check it multiple times throughout the day. And Lyft, also Uber, has way too many drivers to be tracking everybody's dash cam and tracking all audio. That's just like every state and every city. Nobody's sitting there and looking at all the video footage or anything. Certain things ping and they start to view that footage. Meaning somebody runs a red light or an accident happens. Now they're going and they're looking at everything. But no one person or even 100 people is going to be able to look and track millions of cars. Neither is it with Lyft or Uber. They're only going to look at the dash cam footage when something has been reported. If you are not doing stuff that is going to have you reported, why are you freaking out if they have access to your dash cam? Look right here what this guy is saying. I barely allow access to GPS. Liar. Make sure to reset your permissions after logging off. DoorDash got so petty that you have to give location permission even when you're not using the app. Okay, so the reason why I say that this guy doesn't know what the heck he's talking about, I barely allow access to GPS. No, you always have to allow access to GPS. They're not going to let you be on the app accessing their service and they don't have the GPS on. They need to know where you're at. They need to know when you're arriving to the restaurant. So you're not saying that you're at the restaurant and you're waiting and you're dropping off some package or food somewhere else from a different app. They need to know if you're actually at the restaurant. They need to know if you actually have dropped off the food at the the customer's house or not. So GPS is a priority in their business. So don't act like you are not doing this. Now, he also is talking about the permissions after logging off. Duh, you know why they ask you that? It's so that they can put a surge or a bonus in your area, a hotspot. Come on, man, we got to use our brains here. How many times have you been sitting at home, and while you're sitting at home, you notice that, I'm sorry, because I'm going in my Google Maps, you're sitting at home, and you notice that on your app, you're sitting in the middle of a bonus area. How many times has that happened? Do you know why that is happening? It's because they're trying to get you to log on. They're trying to get drivers in that area to log on because they have ride requests that are coming in. And they need to get drivers to those people. So if you have your permissions on all the time, you're likely to see bonuses when you're offline, even when you're online, but you're declining rides. Like, this is why I'm saying you cannot listen to a lot of people because they don't know what they're talking about. They're just speculating. Here's another one. I saw that too. I was wondering if this was going to be mentioned. I did deny it. Idiot move, man. Idiot move. Like I said, I've already proven why you actually do have to make sure that you have your GPS on. I've already proven why you do need to make sure that your dash cam is registered. Okay, so no matter what, when you're reading comments and you're watching these videos, people are feeding you false information. They are feeding you false information. And you can end up going down because you are listening to this information. What I did notice is that the comments are 9 months ago on this part, and I think somebody even longest time was maybe a year. Okay, I'm just saying a bunch of 9 months, so I'm mistaken. It's all 9 months ago. for the most part. So this is an old video, but I've actually seen and heard Torsten mention before, even recent times, don't register your dash cam and everything, because his main concern is because of the conversion and everything. But as far as safety measures and protecting yourself, no, you do need to have your dash cam. Otherwise, you're gonna have to pay $60 to his law firm that he works with to go ahead and fight your deactivation. Now you're taking a loss of money, and all at the hopes of maybe getting reactivated, or at the hopes of getting compensated for any lost income, everything. If you're a full-time driver, I mean, why not go ahead and put the money with the law firm, even find out if you can get a retainer or whatever with one of their lawyers or something. I don't know. But I will say, again, make your own conscious decision. If you want to listen to people, or you know that, okay, I need to read the terms of service. And when you read the terms of service or the community guidelines, you're like, oh, snap, yeah, I got to register this dash cam. Otherwise, what's the point of me having it? What's the point of me having it if I can get reported to by a passenger for a false allegation? And then when I try to submit the video footage, they won't allow it to happen. That's where you're going to say, you know what, let me go ahead and register. Or you're going to regret not registering. Appreciate you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe.